So that's what we're looking at. The baby's coffin is just around that corner, so I can't really get a good shot of it. Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today we are at Rathaspick Church and Graveyard. The church just behind me there. Very interesting story to do with the graveyard, with a kind of a secret crypt, but we'll talk more about that when we get there and who is interred in it. So this church was actually closed in 1971. Between 1984 and 2009, it housed the Wexford Model Railway Club. Now they had to leave due to the deteriorating conditions inside. I was actually in there at one of the railway exhibitions, so I know what it looks like inside. And at the time there was plaques and all at the wall, but it is a beautiful church ruin. It always catches my eye as I drive by here. But just underneath that bottom window, there is a memorial to a Cornelius Grogan. Now Cornelius was executed on Wexford Bridge the 28th of June in 1798 for his part in the rebellion of that year. So shortly after the defeat of the Irish rebellion, he was tried and sentenced to death. He was hanged and beheaded on Wexford Bridge, alongside Bagnall Harvey, who I've actually got a video on his crypt on my channel, and a John Henry Colclough. They were actually leaders as well of the rebellion. Their heads were displayed on spikes as a warning to others. So very barbaric stuff in the rebellion. Now this church is actually meant to hold, or this graveyard I should say, is actually meant to hold the crypt of which the remains of Cornelius Grogan are interred. As I said, they recovered his body and that's where he is meant to lie. So we're going to take a look at the graveyard, and then I'm going to bring you into the crypt, and we might even have to go into a wooded area to take a little peep inside the crypt itself. So if you're interested in the 1798 rebellion, you can Google it, I suppose. There's a lot of interesting history, and it's too long to go into it here in great detail. Just there is part of the old boiler system, I presume. But this church is kind of built up on a huge mound near a fairly busy road, and I pass this every day going to work, and it's just a beautiful church. So we have rails here on this one, and look at the detail. Spikes on each few inches right around on the rail itself. I'm not sure we'll be able to read that one. Another huge rail going around this one. Inside we have two chest tombs. But look at this. This is crazy. How does the railing end up like this? It's completely bent. This may have been a crypt at one stage. You can see the arch there, which tells me it probably is. Not sure who's actually in here, or if we'd be able to even get in to read it. There's a lot of writing. That looks like aged 1 month. Looks like Tobias, his brother who died. It's almost completely worn away, unfortunately. So I won't be able to get into that one either. Look at the state of it. It's all falling apart. Big old yew tree taking over the side of it. And I can smell the garlic that grows here wild. You'll see more of that now in a minute. This would have been like an old outhouse. There's even old chairs in there still. They have what I believe is a stained glass window. And it's protected by like a mesh. This window is erected by friends in memory of the late, looks like Garrett Fitzgerald, 4th Dragoon Guards, who fell in France during the Battle of the Unsure, 3rd and 9th, 1914, King's Royal Rifle Corps, who fell in France. If you can make that out there, A-I, maybe S-N-E. So this headstone here is for William Armstrong. He was a commission agent from Cumbria, England, but residing in Wexford Town, a member of the Church of Ireland. He died on July the 1st, according to the headstone. And he died of old age, asthenia. 2 months certified, aged around 95, 96. I have a photo of this actually, and I'll pop it in over the video for you. So there he is, William Armstrong. So we're getting away from the traffic and we're heading towards somebody with a chainsaw. Here lieth the remains of Peter Ward of Rathaspick, who departed his life the 1st day of April 1837 in the 73rd year of his age. This would have been completely covered, I'd imagine. Unfortunately, it is broken. So we've lots of wild garlic growing. As I said, I could smell it. So unfortunately, we are going to have to head towards the chainsaw, I'd say. This is Margaret Hogan. Nice headstone. I actually want to head to this big monument here. Maybe this would have been a crypt as well. Unsure. Can't really see a whole lot there. Here lies the body of Edward Cullen, age 77. I wonder then he died. And then there's also 25 years. Unsure. Something master. Barrack. Master of, oh wow. Master of Wexford for the last 25 years. Oh, sorry, for the last, so he was 77 and for the last 25 years he was Barrack Master of Wexford. He departed this life April 1847. Unsure of what a barrack master is. Is this something to do with the army or guards?
Could be the British Army.
Could be the British Army. Barrack master. When I say we have had torrential rain this last week, and especially the last few days, the ground is so soggy and wet. Now I don't think we're going to be able to get up around there, but I might have to go all the way back up to start at the top and move down to the crypt. Just noticed actually where that tree is. We've one there and one with the tree has completely overtaken. There are 2 railed graves just there. But just look at the church. I absolutely adore the church here. It's just beautiful, especially against that blue sky. We have like an obelisk there just peeping out of the overgrowth. A couple of headstones there. Nicholas Beery and his wife Mary, 1919. This beautiful cross with all the ivy on top, it's like hand carved ivy, is for a Colonel Frederick Miller. He passed away July 1891. That's a gorgeous stone. See all the carved ivy. So we're back up near the gate because I couldn't really access the graveyard properly there. That on top of that tomb is almost like a container for ashes. I doubt very much it is. It's full of water. It's plastic. Would it have been used for flowers? Let me know in the comments. We have this little one, look at, just marked out with sticks. Probably the only way for family to know where their loved one is buried. May have been unmarked for years. It's a huge piece of iron there, some decorative iron that may have been a stone at one stage for a grave or a memorial for a grave. Mary Ann Power. And this is in loving memory of Moses Power. He was 44 when he died in 1924. That's the huge wood I was talking about that we're going to try and get access into the back of the crypt. I'm not sure what condition the crypt is in now. I love these ones. Cairns is the name. Hannah Kearns died March 1901, aged just 1. John Kearns, aged just 6 in 1901. So the same year, a few days apart. So Hannah, March the 4th, 1901, and then John, March the 11th, 1901. 1-year-old and a 6-year-old. My goodness. Very, very sad. Their parents are here. Also parents, Rose Kearns, July 12th, 1950, and James, 12th of July, 1955. So Mammy joined her babies first and then Daddy. So this place was completely overgrown. Most of these headstones you couldn't even see. And it takes an awful lot of work to keep a place like this maintained, because everything just grows fast. Beautiful stone there, all iron, almost like a Celtic cross design. Watch for the nettles. Gorgeous. All the Celtic design on it. Not sure if there's anybody's name there. I don't see anything. Here lieth the body of Thomas Richard of Rathaspick, Esquire, who departed this life. Looks like March 1785, maybe age 63. He was a tender father and an affectionate husband. Also the body of Martha Elizabeth. 1810 for that one. (1846) on this one. I think the name is Edward Pierce. Look at this. That would have been the top. Looks like Catherine. Emma.
Thomas.
Died the 21st. Captain of the Royal. Let me see if we can clean this a little bit. No.
Royal Irish.
Royal Irish. Died the 21st March. The date then is here. Looks like 1877. That's the surname under there. Oh, that's the wife of Thomas. Christopher.
Right.
Christopher Wright. So we just stopped the video just to give it a little bit of a clean, and it says also Christopher Wright. Looks like Charge Way, age just 2 days old. So that was the captain's son. And both of us, them horrible nettles. Ouch, the two of us have been just viciously stung while we were trying to clean little Christopher's grave. Ouch is the word. Look at all the tombs. So many are broken, unfortunately. We've rails here. These are quite beautiful. I don't know why those rails and some similar to it always remind me of the really old beds. Just have iron rails on the beds. Look at this. Wow, it's actually completely open inside. You can see right out to the other side. Wow, look at that. Any name on it now? So hard to read because we can't get around the right way. Oh, getting stabbed by a bloody tree. Excuse my French. Jane Elgie, the beloved and lamented wife of, and then we can't read it, is it Reverend John Elgie. These are actually, is it the grandparents of Oscar Wilde, or the great grandparents?
The great or great grandparents of Oscar Wilde.
Wow. And look at the state of it, unfortunately. So Oscar Wilde's either great grandparents or something like along that way. I'll find out for sure and I'll put it in.
Through Oscar Wilde's mother.
Yeah, that they're related. Look at the mess. It's a pity. So we were just looking inside there. That's their grave.
Crazy to think that Oscar Wilde is buried in such a
beautiful,
an elaborate grave in Paris,
which we have videoed on both our channels.
And then his family, far out family, are here, forgotten kind of in a way, I suppose.
So sad. And only for them, we wouldn't have had Oscar Wilde. Nice little cross here. Looks like Josephine at rest now. Died February 1892. This is Anne Ormsby, 1892. So Josephine obviously is related to her. So we've two huge headstones here completely covered in moss. Look at that. That is cool. Very beautiful headstones. Both of them are beautiful. Henry, oops, I'm stuck in a nettle or a bramble. Reverend Samuel Charles
Elgie as well.
Elgie as well. Died at, hold on, go back for a second. Died at New Ross, 1862. What's this here? In the unsure year of his ministry. He was 36 only. So put it on it again. I thought I seen sacred to the memory of Reverend Samuel Charles. So it must be another relation to
yeah, because
the tomb.
they're all the one family. I'd say this one is probably as well.
Right, I might go around and have a nosy. Another beautiful one. So this is a reverend as well. Reverend Richard Waddy Elgie. For 22 years, rector of the Union of St. Patrick's, Wexford. Died February 8, 1866, excuse me, in the 77th year of his age. So these are definitely all related to Oscar Wilde, and the connection there to his grandparents, great-great-grandparents. That's amazing. But I just love the moss, the way it sits on it. Completely covered, look at that. It's like a blanket. We have a huge chest tomb just down here. We possibly won't get into that one. But just behind this one is the crypt. Thomas Henry. Erected by Thomas Henry, Captain Brunker of Wexford.
Youngest son of Captain Brunker.
Who died the 3rd of March 1837, I think, aged just 20. Also to the memory of Captain James Brunker, 5th Dragoons, Wexford. And then the date, it's July, but the year has gone off it. There's also a Mrs. Harriet Brunker. So now I was talking about Cornelius Grogan being interred in the crypt here. Who knows? We don't really know for sure, but there is this, it's like a shield, and on this are the names of Grogan. Near this plaque lie the remains of, it looks like Anne, wife of John Grogan of Heathfields, County Wexford, daughter and heiress of Childley Cool of Ash Hill, County Limerick. Niece to the Right Honourable the Earl of Bella Bellamont, I think it is. Sir Eyre, is it? Cool. KB, who departed this life 25th of, I'd say that's October 1785, in the firm hope of a happy, immortal, I think it is, immortal life maybe. So the fact that it's Grogan's wrote on this, he could well be in here. Right. I'm going to take the phone off the gimbal for a second. Right, so that is inside the crypt. So the first one looks almost, definitely is a child's coffin. Then we've 1, 2, probably 3 more just there. That's definitely a child's coffin. See that one there? The very first one on my left. The handles are still there. It's almost like it could be leather. All lead lined, I'd imagine. But that one there, the baby's one, definitely a baby's one. You can just see the lead lining there. So that's a look inside. If you look around the back of it, see that little bit of light? That's the back of it, that's inside the woods. Now, it's crazy because when we were last here, that door did seem to be much sturdier. And I suppose that's the problem with clearing as well. You're leaving it open to the elements. Now, we did have a really bad storm a few weeks ago. And you can see some of the sticks, which will be completely rotted, have just fallen. Sacred to the memory of a much loved husband and darling son, this monument is erected as a tribute to their worth and virtues by Elizabeth Geraldine Grogan. So we have more Grogans connected to that crypt. And this actually could be a crypt as well. Yeah. Just judging by the size of it and the positioning.
And they're in the middle like that.
Yeah.
A vault.
A vault or a crypt, yeah. Without a doubt, it's built up so high. Possibly an entrance maybe in there. Yeah. I would think the entrance would be there somewhere. Obviously all blocked up. But it certainly does look like it is. Even the top window there in the church, there would have been like a shutter on it. That has deteriorated even further. Just on top of the steeple there. That's where the bell would have been. Right, I am going to try and get into the wood just to give you a look at the back of that crypt there. I'm not sure we're going to be able to, but we'll give it a go. So this is the entrance into the creepy, scary wood. And it is creepy and scary. Now, as I said, we did have a huge storm, so I don't know how we will get through here, or even if we will. That is definitely coffin pieces. That is definitely a coffin piece, isn't it? Like we are literally adjacent to the graveyard. Watch me fall now and hurt myself. Right. And this place is creepy. Look at that's like part of a memorial stone, isn't it? Like what else would that be? See the shape to it? Looks like it would have been a base. Wow. See a lot of sticks down and trees gone over from that huge storm. I have no idea how we're going to get through. Just be careful of what we're actually walking on. Try to find the safest path, the easiest. away. I don't know why this place gives me the creeps, but it does. I don't think we've got a way through. That's the boundary wall. Right, we've got to go through there, from what I can remember. Right. I think it is this way. I actually thought that winter would have killed a lot of this overgrowth. Oh! Right, it looks like we're in the rainforest, but we're not. We are, oops, making our way in. Ah. Just to here. I think I lost GB somewhere. Are you there?
Oh.
Woo!
Like
oh.
Time walk.
Yeah, it felt like it. Now, so that is actually the back of the crypt. Look at the tree. Do you know what's going to happen here? It's all going to fall down. Another few years and it will all be down. So just another angle on the crypt. You can see the door just there. And there's all the coffins. Look at that. It's just another angle for you guys. I didn't realise the door was going to be that bad, that I always felt like we would have to come this way. Love to see that.
Oh, there's bones on top of the coffin.
Whoa!
What is that?
That wasn't there before. Right, just bear with us. Right, we're going to show you something, guys, that it's quite disturbing. Just there, if the camera would. Like, we have a coffin handle. Really small bones. And like a cup. Part of a cup at the bottom. Sorry now, it's focusing on a cobweb. What is that? That is so strange.
It looks like someone gathered up bones from in the graveyard.
Almost like it looks...
And left them there.
I'm going to say something. It looks like a cooked chicken. Doesn't it?
They're very small bones.
Aren't they? That is really, really creepy and weird. How that has happened, I don't know. I'm going to just put you in. So that's what we're looking at. The baby's coffin is just around that corner, so I can't really get a good shot of it. And that's the other coffin that we could see. It's in pretty bad state now at this stage. And the baby's one is just there. So where has the bones appeared from? You can see all the coffins are actually quite big. This one is all stud lined. The one with the bones on the end. You can see the top of it is slightly raised off it. All stud lined. Strange, really, really strange. So when you look at it, you can see all the roots of this tree, and it has formed the whole top right around it. But I actually feel with the weight of that tree and the roots, it is going to pull the whole thing down. Right, so guys, that is the end of the video. We've just about made it back out. If you liked the video, don't forget to like it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. But for now, take care, God bless, and I will talk to you all again soon.